problem with us as people is that we judge people's totality of their whole lives based off these bits and pieces of what we get. Like even right now, we're trying to piece together what would make Will Smith snap. I can tell you right now, that joke was 1% of why Will Smith went up there and smacked Chris Rock. Like that joke was 1% of why he did that. Like if you've ever read Will Smith's book, if you ever watched Will Smith's YouTube videos, I think it was called Breaking Point. Will Smith has talked to y'all so many times about feeling like a coward his whole life. Feeling like a punk his whole life. It stems from his childhood when his dad used to beat on his mom and he said he never intervened. And he's had to live with that forever. Now, think about the pressure of being Will Smith since you've been the Fresh Prince. Will has told y'all, my life has been a lie. I've had to show up and be perfect all the time. And I've got to constantly just eat this shit. No matter what somebody says about me, no matter what somebody does to me, I always got to take the high road, take the high road, take the high road, take the high road. I think what we should learn from this situation is what Kendra just said. And Schultz isn't wrong either. If you see somebody like Will Smith at 53 years old and they have a meltdown like that at the Oscars on the biggest night of their career on such a huge ass stage, if he's breaking down and going through it mentally, what the fuck does that say for the rest of us? And you know who said it was a breakdown? Will said it was a breakdown.
Hey, bro.
You can see that, though. That's a projection.
Here's one thing. We're assuming, this is another thing that we're doing that I think is very unfair to Chris Rock. We're assuming that Chris Rock was aware of Jada's medical condition.
I can tell you 100% he was not aware because he told me he wasn't
exactly.
aware. Here's something else we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know how much she's at home crying about losing her hair.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? And I'm her husband. Like Chris understands what comes to the territory. Chris has been a comedian for a long time. Chris has had to deal with hecklers. He's had to deal with people running up on stage. So it's just weird that it's one of the biggest stages in the world, if not the biggest in entertainment. And it's one of the biggest stars ever that ended up doing that to you. You know what I mean? But he understands what come with the territory. I'll tell you something that Rock shared. He just was like, hey, even Putin gave a warning. You know,
he's the best.
Like, did we have
Chris
to go?
Is the best.
And I agree. Like, did it have to go from that to that? But I think once again, we're looking at the joke, and we're thinking it's the joke that set Will off. No.
Yo, it's Big Ant, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in real quick. Now, what y'all just heard right there was the Brilliant Idiots podcast with Charlamagne the God, Andrew Schultz, and they got whacked. They was tapping in on what happened and everything. They had a special guest on also, and I'm going to add a link in the description, but they tapped in on it, where Charlamagne the God had said that Chris Rock didn't know about her medical condition and everything. But I feel like this whole breakdown of everything that concurred and transpired was just energy in the universe, bro. Like, it was one of them things that kind of was meant to happen, but you just don't want to see happen, just being honest, because of the simple fact. I seen some clips, and I'm going to put the clips in here in a second, where Chris Rock been going in on Jada since the 90s, right? But at the same time, my bad, but at the same time, if you look at the perspective of it, the time and the place, everything that Will has went through now, I gotta agree with Charlamagne. It ain't just that one joke. It was that joke, but also in the heat of the moment, like, damn, I'm getting laughed at again. Very emotional night for Will Smith. He should have been got an Oscar award. And like somebody in the chat, they told me, I can't remember who it was on the live chat, you know how we rock in the live stream. Will Smith went to this Oscar Awards because he knew that he was going to win. They told him ahead of time, like, you gonna win tonight. Like, or he had to have a clear understanding that it was a high possibility of him winning for him to even just show up like that, nominated or not at this point, after she had already boycotted the Oscars and everything, when Jada had spoke out about it. So going there, it's a very emotional night for Will. He been going through a lot, getting mocked on the internet and everything. So when he hear this joke, he going through the shit with Jada possibly. I don't know. This is for the people who believe that it's real, because there's still a large percentage of people who feel that this whole thing is fake. Now, when you take everything into perspective, bro, Will admitted he's a coward. He didn't stand up for stuff like he should have through his whole time. Then the energy Chris Rock has had towards Jada over the years, going back to 1997, from this channel right here, I think this is Ancient College, where he's making fun of her by not mentioning Will Smith in the entire interview that they did.
You know, I remember whenever there's some black rally or something, the buttons, that's it?
That's it?
Yes! 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 You're not gonna believe this. Jada Pinkett, you win a bottle of champagne. You know why? Because you just did an interview without mentioning the name Will Smith.
That was that. For her Million Woman March and everything, she was there for that. Then you go back to what he did and another thing where he spoke on stage, and this one came from I Got the Dirt TV, and mocked the Million Woman March that Jada was like very pivotal and a big key factor in as being one of the speakers and faces there.
1997. So to slightly elaborate, the digs are from The Chris Rock Show, which aired on HBO for 5 seasons back in the late 90s. And in October of 1997, right before Will and Jada tied the knot, and, well, coincidentally, right after G.I. Jane premiered, go figure, Rock was underway with season 2 of his late night talk show where he, well, took aim at the bride-to-be. Million Women March was on last week in Philadelphia. I talked to Ice Cube. He called it Snitches by the Bell.
I talked to Ice Cube. He called it Bitches by the Bell.
I don't see how you could have ever thought that was going to go over well, but that earned him a wave of boos from his live audience, as you could imagine. But then he said, I didn't say it. Ice Cube said it, and Too Short said it too. After a joke about women not wanting to wear the same clothes, Rock begins his roast of Jada.
Like the Million Woman March, there were moving speeches from people like Maxine Waters, Winnie Mandela, and here are some inspirational words from the lovely Jada Pinkett.
I am here today because this is an act of power, women. Okay? Yeah! Everybody say ho!
Then you got the joke in 2016 that we see where he clowned for boycotting the Oscars.
Jada says she's not coming, protesting. I'm like, is she on a TV show? Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited.
Then you got 2022 that slapped and hurt the world, the moment that the world is impacted by, where it's like, damn, once again, this happens. I'm not saying that Will did that specifically because it's like, oh, you always riding on her. But it's like the energy around this whole situation, the crash is making different levels of sense now. Chris Rock said, hey, even Putin gave us a warning, like, he laughed and joked like, bro, he could have gave me a warning about this shit. Like, damn, my nigga. Like, it's like that. But at the same time, bro, we never know what people going through. Niggas got to understand, bro. Niggas is rich. These niggas successful. These niggas are representations of black entertainment excellence and everything like that, undeniably, when it come to Hollywood. But guess what? Them niggas bleed like us. Niggas feel pain like us. Niggas be embarrassed like us. Niggas get caught up in a moment like us. Niggas can flash out and lose it all. It just is what it is. I'm never co-signing a nigga going up on stage in no Oscars and slapping somebody, but I'm just also a nigga that's gonna believe in what you show, what you display. I have to accept that information and kind of move accordingly. Wilden already showed he emotional and on that ledge when it comes to Jada, my nigga. Straight up, red table talk, all that. So I'm gonna have all the links in the descriptions. I'm gonna have everything going on. Even just look at the interview. The interview circulating again, but like I said, bro, in that interview, he was comfortable enough and so much in love with Jada, he would openly admit, nigga, that I was jealous of Tupac back then. Straight up. That's letting you know he love his woman, bro, and she can be triggering for him. That's just what it is, bro. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this. I'm gonna have more coming. If you wonder why I keep dropping them, because this is what the people want. This is what they want to see. This is what they want to talk about. So I'm gonna keep them coming till this shit died. It is what it is. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you can catch them when we drop them. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your motherfucking pivot.